Cockerel, Doodle, do everyone. Welcome back to Tottenham on Tour, the world famous home of Leaving Out. This is our first edition of this new era we've been talking about all week, with Monday and Friday being live shows and the rest of the week mostly being pre-records. Today I'm joined with Mr. Ireland, which is it's a bit of an interesting one, having us two.
Yes, it's a bit different, isn't it? I'm loving it though, Ben. It's good to be with you, but mate, and obviously scheduling wise, it's going to be a bit of a challenge, but we're up for it, and we've got plans, and we're going to keep the regular content coming.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're wearing matching t-shirts. So
look at that.
Subscribe to the matching t-shirts.
Just want to say, folks, the website will be up soon for probably in the next week or so. We're going to have the website up. It's already designed. We're just getting some of the rest of the actual shirt designs that we've got. We have some great stuff coming. It's going to be really cool. So we'll get that link up. It'll be on the YouTube channel as well, and you'll be able to go in and get the stuff that you're looking for. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. So stay tuned for all the new ideas. And firstly, before we get on to this new week and new beginning, what did you think of the Liverpool game? What did you think of the performance? What did you think of the decisions? We'll go into that. We've talked about
for sure. I think from an overall perspective,
what's your perspective on it?
It was bloody enjoyable, Ben. I mean, obviously, okay, so there was 20 minutes of torture before we finally broke through, which with the own goal. Obviously the controversy surrounding it is hilarious to watch. Liverpool tears, because I have Liverpool friends. I have another channel that Zaz, he's a Liverpool supporter, and him and I have been going back and forth for the last few days. And it's just, they just are the whingiest set of fans I've ever experienced. Like the tears from them thinking that they're owed this thing that they don't deserve based on who they are as a club is just, it's so ridiculous and hilarious. And I just love it, because Spurs right now, we're getting under every team's skin. Every time we play a team, they're all just like, "Oh, Spurs, they think they're so good, they're gonna fall off the blah blah blah." We're just like, we're just having fun, man. We're just enjoying our football club again.
It's what I'm liking. It's one of the things I've been saying all week, that I'm as cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, same.
Everyone's going ballistic around me. Everyone's like, "Oh, we're possibly going for the league title. Look how good we are. Every player in our books a world beater." And I'm just here like Ange Postecoglou, cool as a cucumber. Exactly. Everyone's running up the touchline and going into the crowd. I'm just like,
let's all be like Ange, guys. Let's keep it chill. We'll just stay under the radar, be like Ange, just be chill on the sidelines, and let's see what happens. I think it's too soon. I think we still need. I think we saw that in the squad when we got to the point where we had to bring players on. It just wasn't enough on the bench. I know we've got injuries, and I know that those players have come back in, but I still think with that, there's 2-3 players we need in January to do that. And I think in his first season, it's going to be a little too much to win the league. But I do think with two other windows, obviously January and then the summer, and his ability and what he's been able to do with the squad so far, next season is really a season we should be looking to at least trophies, but be in that top four comfortably and challenging. So I think I think it's just fun. I'm just having fun with Spurs again, man. It's been so long. So,
yeah, as it should be. We just got to be careful, because I watched the Chelsea game, because the magic of editing is actually the evening. It looks morning, but it's actually evening. I watched Chelsea on Sabbath stream just before, and we were talking about Chelsea have 14 injuries. 14 injuries, and they lost a couple more players tonight. If we lose one player, that's the end of us. If we lose Destiny, we've got Doggy, that's the end of us. If we lose Van der Ven, that's the end of us. If
we're like 12 or 13 strong, and the 12th and the 13th just got injured. so we're like 11, and that's it. So we're just like, we gotta calm down a little bit. We are gonna get those injuries. It's gonna happen. Madison's gonna be out for a couple of games. Basuma's gonna be out during AFCON. There's other things that are gonna happen through the season. It's great to start this way. Obviously, we're having a ton of fun. And this is the thing about it with the Liverpool supporters and the Arsenal supporters the previous week. They don't realize seemingly or understand this is just fun for us. We're just having a good time. Most of us, anyway. I do see some getting out of control or out of hand, like you said, but I think most of it is just us having a good time. We're just loving our football club again, and it's been a while. It's been a few years since we've been able to enjoy it, and a coming back from to the death at the end of every bloody game. Of course, it's absurd celebrating. Like, what else are we going to do? We just won 2 games, or we've won 2 games of the last 3 in the final, in the death, right? So at the death, so Yeah, it's a funny one.
If you're not excited about that, there's something.
And there's like the police out, the police is celebration police saying we're not allowed to have fun, we're not allowed to sell. Oh, you're celebrating beating a 9-man Liverpool. Damn right I am. we haven't beaten Liverpool in like who knows, like 5 years or something like that. So yeah, I'm celebrating it.
Because we're not celebrating like we've won the league. We've celebrated like we've scored at the last kick of a big game.
It's limbs, man. It's what's going to happen every time. Yeah.
But let's park the Liverpool content. And we're going to talk about the game this week. We are playing Luton Town away from home. It's our first game playing away at Luton, which will be a very difficult game. I've been speaking to people and people say, oh, we should beat them. It's only Luton, yada, 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 yada. This is a massive game for us because we're playing on a small pitch in a very hostile stadium. I mean, I don't know if you've seen pictures of Luton.
I have. No, I have. I went and did a bit of digging in it, and I was just.
It's amazing. You go through someone's front garden to go into the stadium.
There's like houses around half the stadium and shit. It's crazy.
It's old school. It's the entire crowd on top of a football pitch.
Yeah.
And Luton don't necessarily have like a local rival because it's Luton, maybe Stevenage or maybe a team in that region.
Right. Yeah.
But for Luton, this is almost a derby because it's that sort of London-Luton divide. We don't necessarily like Luton because we hate the airport because it's an awful part of the world. It's going to be a difficult game, and I'm looking forward to it because I love this style of game. My favourite game ever for Tottenham was when we played Marine in the FA Cup, and you could see.
Yeah, I remember that. Didn't we come back from like 2-0 down?
No, we won 6-0. We won 6-0.
What was the one I'm thinking of? There was one that we went somewhere. It was under
Wickham, maybe like a Wickham or
it was Wickham. I think that's who it was. I think, and it was just messy, and they scored a couple goals, and we looked like we were going to shit the bed, and we ended up coming out of it. But yeah, they're entertaining because anything can happen because you do lose it's a beautiful pitch. It's the stadium's beautiful, the sidelines, the dressing rooms are comfortable. Like you're sitting on shitty old wood pine in a small little space.
Yeah.
If you're even in the ground, it could be like across the street in this place.
Yeah,
it's not going to be comfortable.
I love it. A lot of people have been complaining about Luton Stadium because it is so small, but that's the magic of football for me. We've got to have more of these rubbish grounds. Yes, they've put a lot of money into it to get it up to Premier League standards, which upsets me a bit because I'd really sort of like to be playing against a team with wooden benches and
They had to get all the video stuff in as well. That must have been super challenging. Tech is probably the hardest thing they've had to deal with.
Of course, because the Premier League need their production value, even though they still haven't got their refereeing spot on. But that's another debate. What do you think about this game against Luton? What do you think?
So they won their last one, right? They just won. They got their first win, right?
Against Everton.
Against Everton, which is big for them at Everton too. So I think they're going to be coming at this game with obviously with some confidence. Anytime you beat any team in this league, when you've just been promoted, you're gonna come in with some confidence. Now they are suffering. Before this game, they couldn't score a goal, and struggle, in the final third. But they are going to bring a lot of what we suffered with Liverpool in the final 20 minutes. Is that low block and us having to try to find a way through it. So hopefully, Ange has got us. That's all we're focusing on. How do we break down a low block? Let's practice that all week.
But not just
because we need more ideas, right?
It's a low block on a really small football
tiny pitch. Yeah. So what's the way through?
White Hart Lane was a really small football pitch. This is smaller. It's borderline illegal. If Luton somehow got into a European competition, they would not be able to play at their ground.
Yeah, because it's not big enough. They'd have to extend.
Not big enough, and the stadium's not big enough either. So we're going to see. Do you change your personnel? Do you bring someone in like a Brennan Johnson if they're fit?
I think if he's fit, you do. Yeah, I think Decky's got to keep his place because as much as people think myself included, I think he's been really good this season. I think he struggled with the same trick pony kind of thing last season, but he's still doing a little bit of that. But his numbers are crazy. He's running at players the most. His dribbles are the highest. His kilometers covered. So Decky's got to stay. You're going to keep Sonny on because Sonny's Sonny. He's going to do what he's going to do in that 9 position. Do you change the Richarlison for Johnson, I think that there's a consideration in this game for that. And then bring on Richarlison late when you need something in the box and you got to throw some things in, you can get his head on it. I think that's the way to go. We got to get in behind. We got to, I think, counterattacking, even though they're not going to have a ton of the ball, finding to, like, if they do get the ball, win it quickly and get in behind. It's going to be really important to try to do that, as difficult as that's going to be, because like you said, the amount of space that's going to be there is half the space we're used to. So the fact that we struggled with it against Liverpool with 9 men, now they pack the box. I think it'll be a bit different with Luton. I think there'll be a bit more space because they're going to want to try to play a little bit of football. But yeah, it'll be it's going to be challenging. It's going to be challenging. I think the rest of the players pick themselves, though. We know who our best 11 is currently, if fit, and unless you change maybe one or two of those wingers or strikers or move things around up top, but the rest of them are going to play the way they're going to play. And I don't think we're going to have to worry too much about what they're going to do. In our end of the pitch, our defense has been quite good, despite some of what we gave away against Liverpool, who are a really good team. So we're going to give away those things against a team like that. We all knew that, but breaking down Luton's going to be difficult. It's not going to be smashing of a promoted team. It's going to be a really tight, frustrating. What we saw for 20 minutes in the second half at the weekend, like that for probably 90 minutes. So I'm not looking forward to it, but I do think we'll get a result, and I think it'll be relatively comfortable in the sense of them not really creating, but us having a lot of the ball and being frustrated.
It's really funny you brought up Dejan Kulusevski and keeping him on, because his numbers say he's had a really good season.
Yeah.
For me being at the game, I was so angry half the time. I was so frustrated because I knew how to, for example, to take apart Liverpool, get to the byline and hit a ball across and let their defenders make a mistake, which is what eventually led to the goal. But every single time Decky got the ball, he turned in on his left foot and floated the ball into the box, which was a dream for Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah, it was really easy with those 3 center halves they brought on, who are giants, right?
Yeah.
To be fair to Decky, now I recognize that that's true. It seemed like he was always doing that. He did beat a man probably 2 or 3 times with Liverpool, and when he did, his ball's in that scenario quite good. He just has to do it more often. I think that's the thing. I think it's like, you can do it. We've seen you do it, and when you do it, you often get that ball from the touchline cutting back into whoever's there, Sonny Richarlison, whoever else is there. And when he does that, we almost always create a scoring opportunity. So he just needs to do it more. But it's there. His numbers in doing is like his running and his tracking back, and it's all of the things he does. But I do agree, and that's the thing I struggled with him about in last season, is especially the second half, was just that cut back. He's just okay. We know what you're going to do, dude. You're going to cut back. Any defender is going to know you're going to do it, and they can defend against it. So try to change it up what you're doing. And I think he's improved this season, and I think he's only going to get better. But he does need to get like you said, get to the touchline more often. So hopefully against a much less organized defense, despite Luton probably going to try to be as organized as possible.
I think they're going to be really organized.
I just don't think they have the quality, though. That you got Liverpool's quality, and they were packing a box with 8 players and a keeper. So it'll be a tough game. It'll be a tough game, but I think we got enough.
And if we go back to my Tottenham on tour formation analysis that I did this morning, and we play this formation like we did against Liverpool, where you can see where Decky and Richarlison are, because I've labelled them for once.
Very wide.
I've actually done a decent job here.
Yep.
If we play very wide and we make that tiny pitch bigger, I think we can tear them apart. It's just with Decky being in that really wide position, he's got to cross the ball.
He does. He's got to get to the touchline and cross with his right foot. Like you said, it's the cut back and the cross with the left, because once you've done that, you've allowed players to get back.
You've allowed players to get back and settle back.
And if they're organized enough, they're going to know you're going to do that. And if they play, I don't know what their formation is, Luton, if they play 3 at the back, but arguably they might. But they will be very organized in that sense.
9 and then 1.
Yeah, exactly. 4 at the back. I mean, 3 at the back. You know what I mean? I think it'll be. I think it's going to be a low block. We're going to have to deal with that. And it'll be a challenge. So we'll see. It could be one of those games where it's 1-0 at the death again, and we'll celebrate with limbs.
I hope so. It's great. I'm loving it. Edge of the seat stuff. Edge of the seat.
It's great. It's what you watch football for, man. It's what you watch football for.
That's one of the things as it's good football. It's not only is it edge of the it's not edge of the seat because it's going to the last. It's edge of the seat because we're playing some brilliant,
really
football.
nice stuff. Yeah. I thought, back to the Liverpool game. I know we're going to get more to it, but I thought what we were doing against Liverpool, playing through the lines with one-touch football, which we've been doing all season, is getting kind of missed by the media and by anybody else who watches us. The style and swagger to which the players have been able to implement what Ange wants them to do in a very short period of time. Imagine what that's going to be like next season in this same scenario, and how quickly we'll be doing that, and how quickly we'll cut through teams. It's arguably what Liverpool do so well. I know it's not the same style because they are often very direct in the ball, crossing the ball, and how they get forward. But yeah, it's with time. It's just that the time, I think, that's going to we're really going to see it come to fruition with players who have bought in, obviously 100%. So it's going to be a ton of fun.
And you're absolutely spot on as well, because people are not against Liverpool. We were playing some really good stuff.
Nice stuff.
They got that man sent off. The moment they got 2 men, we stopped playing football because you just couldn't.
Well, again, I
a brick wall for good reason.
Yeah, they defended it. They defended it, and they defended it in a way. I've been saying this. I've been saying this to anybody who I've been chatting with about it. It's incredibly difficult to break that team down, especially that team with those 3 center halves and how organized they are and how good they are. They're just that. Yeah, they're just that good, and it's. I actually think we would have had a much easier time against 11 against Liverpool. It could have finished 3-2. Either team winning 3-2 or finished 3-3, or you know what I mean. There would have been a lot of goals. They would have scored. We would have scored. They would have scored. Like it was going to have that ping pong sort of thing, and that was an inevitability, just the way that both teams play. They went down to 10 men. We still kept playing a little bit, but it started to get a little bit clogged up in the middle, and then clogged up when we had the ball in their end, because they had to start to sit deeper. And then, like you said, when they went to 9 men, it was over. That's a training exercise that what my understanding is, many teams do it to learn how to manage that situation, and they'll do it. They'll put themselves in a scenario where 11 of the players are against the 9, and the 9 job will be to try to stop them. And you can see
it's a brilliant training exercise, because they've done it not just against 9 men in a competitive game. It's against one of the best defending, one of the best teams in the country.
Yeah,
I think I've seen enough from Liverpool, their team spirit, where I can say they're title contenders.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I agree.
They are 100% title contenders. If they defend like that and they showed the quality they've got going forward, didn't show it really because they didn't have a chance to.
I mean, I've been predicting them finishing second for ages. I think second is there, and I think if Man City, with who we just seen are capable of dropping points, we did against Wolves, that they can be got at. We're only a point behind them. Liverpool's a point behind us. Arsenal's this on the same points. The different differential there. So there's currently a pack there, and then I think that pack will go, and who stays with them, who can kind of not drop points and stay with them. And I think Liverpool have the best means to do that, and the best experience, because they've done it a bunch of times. So they'll be right there, and who knows what'll happen to us. Probably won't be right there. I don't think we'll keep up because of injuries in the small squad, but Liverpool are very good, and to get a result like that against them at this point in the league is this season is fantastic. It's a great result.
It's like, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, because I'm a typical Tottenham fan. As soon as I start seeing the team play well, I get ahead of myself. But I'm telling myself, calm down. We've got Luton Town next. We are the sort of team that will beat Liverpool in the last minute of the game and then lose to Luton.
Yeah,
we're that team. We always do it. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for this game. I see that Ange has already had this mentality, and I think we can get through Luton. And we've got 3 very winnable games now, don't we?
We do, yeah.
It's Crystal Palace, Luton, and let's have a look. Tottenham fixtures. The magic of Google.
Yeah. I was just looking at this.
Palace and Wolves. No, Fulham.
Fulham, who just got beat by Chelsea, or beat by Chelsea today, 2-0. So
and looked very average as well. Very average. Those are 3 winnable games, right? Surely we can go 9 points and be like, right. Knock on wood.
Come on. I was just listening to the Fighting Cock, and they were talking about what the next 3 games look like, right? Like we've got these, it's the same conversation. We win those games, it's another 9 points. It's an absurd tally to start the season. Again, that's us getting ahead of ourselves again. So we'll have fun, we'll enjoy it, and we'll see what happens. But it's just been a joy to watch and a joy to just get to enjoy football again. Been brilliant.
Absolutely. I'm so excited to just watch football every week. Yeah. It's one of those things where I'm no longer like, what's it called, pinching myself thinking, oh God, it's another terrible week of football.
Yeah, what are we going to deal with this week?
Yeah, what are we going to do?
What's the press conference going to be like?
It's so much fun to watch this team. And this young team as well, they can only get better and better and better. I mean, Pedro Porro has been someone we've been talking about a lot because he's been sensational.
Wow. For a player that none of us thought could play in this system, he actually has been one of the players that has fit into it better than anybody else. Yeah. Especially, Udogie as well. I mean, the two right and left back are just, I mean, key to the system in the way we play. Both cut inside, overlap and cut inside and turn into midfielders, and they both look comfortable there.
Again, looking at that picture, look where they are.
Look where they are. I know, it's crazy. Like, look at this.
They are attacking midfielders.
Yeah, exactly. Basuma falls back, Sarr falls back. They come in, and they're so good with the ball at their feet. Both of them can pass. Both of them can cut in, get into the box, overlap. They've got it all. It's just, it's a joy to watch. And again, like you said, they're young, right? So they're moldable, and they're not caught up or caught. They don't have the history that this team has. Yeah, they don't have the history of like the things that have happened in the past. They're just like, let's go and have some fun and play football. This manager is letting us do what we want, and they're following a very specific way of playing, but they're playing in that system with freedom. So it's just it's just so much fun to watch. Fantastic.
Absolutely.
I keep saying that, but I'm like, it's giddy.
But it's brilliant. Like Mickey van der Ven, Raniero. Like, they're all so good. Yeah. I really love watching these boys play. Like, it's a joy to watch. It's like watching mates down the park. They're just so fluid and so good together. Imagine what happens when they form full partnerships. Vicario. We haven't even talked about Vicario. The man is awesome.
Unbelievable. Yeah. What a pickup. What a cheap pickup. When we all thought we got him on the cheap. I mean, I think he's better than Onana from what I've seen so far with Onana at United. I think he's been one of 18 million we paid for him or something around there. Just ridiculous, the price for him. He is one of the best in the league, is one of the best keepers in the league based on the statistics, the saves he's making, his distribution. To have a keeper that can, and I love what Lloris did for the club. He, obviously was a dinosaur by the end of it when it comes to the style of play. To have a player like Vicario who can do what he does with his feet out from the back, he just sets our team off. He sees it, he puts the ball on the ground, sends it to where he needs to, and everybody goes right. And it's just this. He's part of that attack. Like, to have a keeper that's part of the attack. And very good at the passing and getting the ball where it needs to be. It's a joy. And I think you said Van de Ven. I think Van de Ven is a player that is just unbelievable. He is so perfect for what the system is. This is something I think that we have to talk about. Is Ange's? He's an Ange player. His ability to see the player and who he wants and what he wants and why. It's not just the qualities of them on the pitch, but the qualities of them as people. Yeah. Van de Ven is such a nice lad, right? He's just such a but when he gets on the pitch, he's aggressive, but in the right way. He's aggressive, tactful, smart about the slide tackles. The slide tackle that was against Salah when he came across. He came across the other side and he just took the ball, got up and was like, it's like amazing.
Against Arsenal as well, the way he coolly slides in, slow motion, instantly gets it, he picks it up. All right, head up. Where can I pass the ball? On we go again. It's not this sort of tackle and then boot it out and then reset. It's right. We've got the ball again. Let's move it.
Win the ball back. Let's go. What's my job? How do I get up the pitch? Yeah.
I mean, Vicario is someone that I absolutely adore because of he's got a mouth on him. That's what I want to see my defenders and my goalkeeper have. Yeah. Talk.
Yes.
Where are you?
I think he started out a little bit quiet. Yeah, he's telling him what to do the whole time, right? I think he started out a little bit quiet because he was learning who everybody is, but he's settled in so nicely, and he is very, very communicative. And obviously the whole defense and with him, they just have this, understanding of what's going to happen, how to play out from the back. I mean, I was so scared initially when they started playing out from the back early in the season, but now I'm just kind of like, it leads to goals. It's fun to watch. They do it really well. Sometimes there's an error. I don't know how many errors have led to goals. It's very few. But obviously we've been lucky on a couple of occasions against Arsenal with Matters losing it the way he did. But it's not happening a lot. I sort of expected more errors and more of the sort of that scenario to happen, but they're just so good with the ball at their feet that the confidence is not. It's not getting to them. When someone Basuma comes in short and they go right in between lines, like there's like 2 or 3 players around, but the ball's boom, and then all of a sudden we turn up the pitch and go right, and you're just like, holy shit, that pass was insane.
Epic at that. He's epic. He receives the ball. Like one of Liverpool's tactics in particular was to just try and take him out. Like Curtis Jones was sent off because of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Get the ball. Like 3 players on him, turn around, see you later, boys. I'm going forward and I'm passing the ball forward.
Yeah,
we're so press resistant.
Again, I mean, it's just not enough we can say about him. He's just the fact that, again, when I go, this has been said a million times, the fact that he didn't get a look in last season is criminal.
Criminal.
Absolutely criminal. And he's been brilliant again. He had another ridiculous game. It's almost going under the radar now because he does it every game. The statistics, 95% pass completion. It just against Liverpool, that midfield,
unbelievable. I love the boy. I think he's absolutely we need to buy another one to replace him.
I do. Yeah, if he gets injured,
4 yellow cards, and if we lose him, we're gonna Oliver Skip or Højbjerg.
So should he just get one before Palace, so that, like, if we're playing a team that we think we can beat, he's just got it out of the way? You know what I mean? I don't want him to play with any tension. I'm worried about that.
So integral to the way we play football. I don't want to miss him for a single game. I don't want to miss a thing, in the words of Aerosmith. I don't want to miss a thing. It's a power ballad. He's the
power ballad. You're right. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah. And I want to see him play every single game. Hopefully we can keep him fit, because Oliver Skip came on. I really want to love this boy.
Yeah,
but he's just awful. There is nothing.
He doesn't have it. The thing is I don't think he's an awful player, but he's an awful player for this system. He did okay in a low block, under Conte and under Mourinho.
Yeah.
It's just he just doesn't have the legs for it. He doesn't have the vision for it. He doesn't know how to transition quickly. Yeah. It just slows down when he's on the pitch. Even when he tries to do it, because you can see him trying. Like, he is making the effort to do what he works his ass off. He just can't do it. And that's that it's unfortunate. I think he's probably still in the squad because he's English, and we're thin on those players at the moment. So it's an unfortunate one, and I wish him the best. Go somewhere where they're going to play that type of system that works for you.
Norwich would be great. For him there.
Yeah, go back and play in the championship again, and see if you can develop some more. But he's not getting in the Spurs squad unless we're desperate, and that's a possibility. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but he's not good enough for sure. And you could see whenever all the players, I think Højbjerg was the only one who came on who was still trying to progress the ball when we had changes against Liverpool. And despite what you think about him, he's still he's a smart footballer, so he understands instruction, and he'll try to attempt it again. That's right. I just don't think he has the technique. As well, to the same as some of the other players do to pass the ball. So we're missing a bit there, but
it's a long transfer window. Hopefully we can get some of those players.
13 games before the window opens, I think.
Absolutely.
A lot of games.
We somewhat have to end this really fun chat with a bit of sad news, because it's a bit of support for our player Destiny Doggy, who's been on the end of some horrific
stuff,
horrific comments on Instagram and on Twitter, or X as it's called. I think it's mostly on Instagram from his Instagram post.
I think that's where his post was on Insta, and of course it's been added to Twitter. Yeah, I just want to say, like, the outrage that's happening with all the media about the calls and all the stuff that happened with VAR and all the stuff that happened with the Reds and all that nonsense. And then the stuff that with Destiny that is getting barely any discussion, barely in comparison to the Liverpool shit that they've been whinging about for 3 days. The thing that was the biggest problem about this game was the reaction from the Liverpool support and whoever they've got, their bots and everything else that they're like hurling abuse, that type of abuse at a player is disgusting, and they should be ashamed of themselves for that. Like let's focus on what the real fucking problem here is. And sorry for the language, I know we're trying not to swear as much, but it makes me so pissed off because it's such a weird thing to focus outrage on football where mistakes are made, where it's been like that for the 120 years or so that football's been existed, and now they're looking for replays, and a player's getting for the same amount of time abused because of his color of his skin.
It's unacceptable.
It's just what the fuck, man.
I mean, it's ridiculous because it's just like, I know you're mad about the sending off. I would be mad about the sending off, but don't blame Destiny for your player coming on the pitch.
Don't even blame Spurs. It's not even Spurs' fault. This is a refereeing decision, not a decision.
Not just the referee's fault.
Yeah.
Jota came on the pitch and got 2 yellow cards in 90 seconds.
And they were deserved yellow cards. He's supposed to go off for it.
This is an experienced player. This is an experienced player who's come onto the pitch. Yes, you could say it was a harsh call. You could say it because he clipped him and he fell over. But at that speed, if I was clipped, I would fall over.
Yeah, everybody would.
The second yellow is unacceptable from an experienced player. You dive in.
On a yellow, you do that, and then you expect to whinge about it afterwards. I mean, come on.
So
silly.
It's ridiculous. So from everyone here at Tottenham on Tour, we're just going to say that there is no place in football for racism in any form. It's absolutely disgusting. And anyone that abuses a player for their race or creed or religion
should be banned for life. They should never be allowed to get into a stadium again. They shouldn't get to enjoy the game. The game is played by the world, by everybody. Like, what don't you get about that you now get to abuse? You have players in your own squad that are from all over the world. Like it's just baffling to me that people think that somehow that is a way to respond to a football match. Gross. That's
anyone can play it.
Yeah,
it's not like for example, the National Football League where it's you need all the equipment to be able to play that. You need all the pads. Football, all you need is a ball and 4 jumpers to make goalposts. That's the beauty of football. That's why you've got people playing in the back streets of Brazil. It's why you've got kids playing in like places in Africa. It's because anyone can play football, and football is for everyone. So Destiny a Doggy, I love you. I think you're fantastic. Don't let people who have no brains do that to you. So
yeah, just let's all support him and get behind him when you're at the ground, obviously, as much as possible. He's going to get it from the fans. He's going to get the support from our fans. And obviously this is a small contingent of people, but they need to be dealt with somehow, and it's a difficult one to manage. But a tough way to end the show, but
it's an important message that we end the show on this, because
for sure.
It's not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. And from anyone, if it's a Tottenham fan doing it, I will call out a Tottenham fan doing it because it's not acceptable. But when are we going to be back, Ireland? When are we going to be back? I'm loving this.
I know, this is great, brother. I really enjoyed that. So I really enjoyed it. So let's just keep looking at each other's schedules. We'll figure it out. We'll keep doing it. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. A little different than the regular Cockerel Doodle do. But Brian's going to be back as well. He's traveled back. He's landed today, and you'll see him on the next one. This is supposed to be a morning show, so you'll see him. What is it tomorrow?
Wednesday, we're doing a weekly review show. We might be changing it slightly, but we're bringing back the weekly review. Maybe we'll make it live. Maybe we'll do it pre-record, but we'll see what's up.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, but we'll all be around probably, and keeping the content coming. And like I said earlier, look out for the links for the website that will be up for our merch. And it's going to be hats, going to be t-shirts, going to be sweaters, jumpers, a whole bunch of different fun stuff. So it'll be cool, and it'll be affordable as well, as much as we're not gonna rip anybody off. We just want to get stuff out to people and enjoy the season we're enjoying and enjoy what we're doing. So thank you for that. Do you want me to play the outro, or you want to knock it out?
Well, I've got to do the outro because I'm now taking up the role of Mr. Daigle. So thank you all so much for watching today's show. We really look forward to seeing you next time. And as always, if you smell what the Kauff is brewing. And as always, Levy out.